Good morning everybody and welcome to a new daily video series. I am off on my travels again and you find me where you've seen me before at the Sheraton Skyline on Bath Road just outside Heathrow Airport. I am flying to Riga in Latvia today. I'm actually off on my travels for just over a week and in that time I'm going to do 3 countries because why book a relaxing beach holiday when you can, I don't know, expend all your energy exploring new places, and it does feel like that's what I've done this time. I perhaps should have booked a relaxing beach holiday, and actually when I started looking, when I took this week off work, that's kind of what I was going for, but you'll see that is not what I'm going for. But anyway, welcome to a new series. As with the Norway series, the general intention is to make a series of daily 10-ish minute snippets of my travels, a little bit of taking you along with me on my trip. And if you've been watching my videos, if you've been reading my blog, spodsblogs.co.uk, by the way, do go and read it. Writing is my thing, video is definitely secondary to that, to give me a bit of a creative outlet and of course something for me to remember this trip by. So what's happening? As you can see, I am in my hotel. It is Sunday morning. It's much less of an obscene hour than it was the last time I was here. I think the last time my alarm clock went off at 3:45 a.m. I don't need to leave until 8 o'clock. I have 25 minutes until 8 o'clock and then I do need to go to the airport. I decided to do this on their park and fly package. I booked it through Holiday Extras. The hotel is fine. It's the cheapest one with self-parking on Bath Road. That's why I booked this one. It's not a particularly modern hotel. To give you an idea, I've got an internally facing window, obviously a bed and lamps, a chair, somewhere to put my bag over here. There's tea and coffee making facilities. And then this is the bathroom. Very quick squiz round because obviously I've used it. It's just tied around the edges. And you can tell when a hotel is old because there are no plug sockets next to the bed. The air conditioning is this weird clunky thing on the wall that's basically fast, slow or off. Doesn't seem to be an actual way to change the temperature. The slowest kettle in the world. You know the telltale signs of a very old room. Here endeth my review of the Sheraton Skyline at Heathrow, and I would stay here again because the value, the location is great. My car stays here the entire time and I come and pick it up at the end, which is very handy. So while I sit down in this very sinky chair and drink my tea, I shall tell you what it is I'm up to this week. So today I am flying from Heathrow to Riga in Latvia. I am in Riga for 2 nights. The intention is to have a moochie explore. It's apparently a very, very pretty city. Lots of history, lots of stuff going on. I suspect 36 hours in Riga isn't enough, but 36 hours is what I have. Then I'm getting the bus up to Tallinn in Estonia in a couple of days' time. And there I am joining a winter in Estonia trip with much better adventures. It's one of their shorter trips, 4 nights, 3 days. It's very, very short. I was looking for something a bit longer, hence why I've bookended Estonia with a couple of other things on my own. But it looks really fun and there's a variety of wintry activities to take part in. I think there are 7 or 8 other people on the trip. If I'm right, the way Much Better Adventures work is they actually have local tour guides. That's that portion of the trip. So I start and finish that in Tallinn. And then when that's finished, I then get the ferry from Tallinn to Helsinki in Finland. It's a 2-hour ferry ride across the sea over to Finland, and I'm spending a couple of days in Helsinki. Helsinki, of the 3 places, is the place I've been to before. I'm hoping that it will feel familiar. I went to Helsinki with work a good few years ago now. I didn't have very long to see the city at all. I went to the Sibelius Monument and I went to the Rock Cathedral and things like that. Always said I want to go back, I want to explore more, and so that's what I am doing. And maybe one of their saunas, because if you've been following my blog, you know that saunas is my thing now and I rather enjoy them. So as I say, I am flying from Heathrow to Riga today. I'm flying with BA and my flight is at a much more respectable time than it was last time. I'm 2 stops away on the bus. I tried to see if you could walk. Somebody tell me in the comments below, is it possible to walk into Heathrow Airport from Bath Road? Because it's literally there. You can see the airport, but I think there's a tunnel and there's no pavement, there's no pedestrian access. I don't think that's great. I would like to walk, but I can't find a way, so I'll get the bus. I'm just going to get the public bus. I can't remember what number it is, but I shall head to the bus stop and do that. I shall grab something to eat at the airport. And yeah, we're going to go to Riga together. This, which you can't really see because it's far too dark in this hotel room, is the baby brother of the big suitcase that I already owned. I just decided that case for week-long trips or more summery trips or trips where I'm going to be moving around a lot more, like this one. So my big one is the North Face Rolling Thunder. It honestly is absolutely superb. I've had it for years. I'm keeping it. I will use it again. This one, like I say, is the baby brother of that. This isn't the Rolling Thunder though. This might be the Voyager roller. I'm hoping it's built as well. Got it at the North Face outlet near me. New suitcase. Let's see how this is. Oh, and new fleece as well. New fleece. This is too warm for this hotel room. Let's go. one hotel room to another, I have arrived. I'm in Riga and I'm in the Hilton Garden Inn in Riga Old Town. This is where I've chosen to stay for a couple of nights. Shall I just immediately show you the room or shall I debrief you on the journey first? Let's just immediately show you the room. There's not a lot to show you because, well, it's a European hotel, isn't it? But it's quite nice. It's very modern, much more modern than the Sheraton Skyline. Right, let me turn you around. So I'm just stood in the doorway and as you can see, this is it. This is the room. There's a wardrobe bit on the right, big TV, a window that actually opens, a desk and a chair, a little sitting area, which I suspect is the little pull-out bed if you've got a third person in here, and then this bed. This room here is the bathroom. Haven't looked in yet. Oh yeah, that'll do, won't it? Big shower. As you'd expect for a Hilton brand hotel, really. The check-in was seamless and easy and very friendly. And because it is Sunday, March the 8th, International Women's Day, I got given a tulip, a little pink tulip from reception. Got a little bunch of them there and they're giving them to every lady that checks in. And I just think that's really lovely. I've just put it in a little glass. I'm not really sure what the plan is for the rest of the day. I haven't made a plan for today, which is perhaps a little bit of an oversight. My journey, and I did film maybe 10 seconds in total, but basically normal public bus to Heathrow Airport was very slow. There was clearly something going wrong with the traffic lights or something on the way into Heathrow, but I had lots of time. I'd already checked in online so I could just go to bag drop, which I did, straight through there, no queue. It was busy in the airport, much busier in the airport than it was the last time I flew, but then the last time I flew it was 4:30 in the morning, so, you know, whatever. And then I decided that rather than buy a sandwich and crisps and whatever to eat on the plane, and also instead of buying plain food, which is always expensive and never very good, I decided to go and get a breakfast. I went round the terminal, so it's Terminal 3 departures. I had a look at the menus, and the thing that stuck me the most was the bubble and squeak that was available at something called the Curator. It was bubble and squeak cake, so like a fish cake, but bubble and squeak, with a poached egg on top and bacon and hollandaise sauce. And I had that with a lemon and blood orange iced tea and a cup of English breakfast tea. And that cost me 20 quid. So more than I would have spent if I'd have bought a sandwich, although that could probably still have been 12, 15 quid, couldn't it? And that also meant that I'm now not hungry because I ate that at what, 9:30? So we boarded and we were ready to leave Heathrow early, but then we got a little bit of a delay because we ended up in a queue. Very foggy at Heathrow this morning. Yeah, literally took off and within 10 feet of the ground we were in the cloud immediately. That and the window was incredibly dirty. I was by a window, but it was incredibly dirty, so there wasn't any chance of any pretty clips. So it was about 2.5 hours the flight, I think, maybe 3 hours, something like that. I had my iPad this time, so I watched a bit of the John Williams documentary from Disney Plus that I downloaded, and because I was flying BA, I had Wi-Fi for messaging, so I also caught up with a few friends as well, which was lovely. Security was slow, but I'm assuming because I'm now already in the new biometric system that I only had to do my fingerprints today. I didn't have to have the photo and everything else done. But it's just slow, isn't it? It's just slow. But do you know what? Really friendly. Probably the most friendly passport control I've been in for a while. Oh yes, then I decided to get the public bus into the city centre. The number 22 from the airport to the old town cost me €1.81, just shy of €2. That was very easy. And then I am a 3 or 4 minute walk from the bus stop. I'm not sure what the plan is for the rest of today. I know what I want to do tomorrow. I'm going to do a voice map tour and basically explore this beautiful city. We came in over the bridge over the river. I need to check what river that is. I will just go for a bit of a mooch and a wander, get the lay of the land, work out where I am in relation to everything else, and then work out what to do for dinner tonight. Just about made it out as the sun set, and I'm not the only person here taking pictures, but it is really pretty over this river that I still haven't checked what the name is. Right, hang on, I'm going to Google it right now. Okay, it's the Daugava River. That's obviously said in a very English accent. D-A-U-G-A-V-A, Daugava. This is that river. The idea is tomorrow I'm going to learn about what some of these places are that I can see. There's a couple of towers behind me. I think you can just about see one of them in the frame, and I think you can go up one of them, so I might try and do that. But the plan plan for right now is to leave the river behind and head up into the old town, back past my hotel, find somewhere for dinner, because obviously I ate my meal at 9:30 this morning. Local time is 6 p.m. now. That's what, 4 o'clock in the afternoon at home, but I am hungry. Don't really know what time they eat here. You know, if you go to Spain and you try and get dinner at 6 o'clock, well, you ain't getting dinner at 6 o'clock in Spain, are you? I expect it's early. Anyway, let's go and have a look. Pancakes with jam and sour cream. Basically, flat hash browns. So potato pancakes with, I think it's blackcurrant jam. See, there was a lot of blackcurrant on the menu. Well, as you can see, I'm back in my hotel room. I've had a lovely wander. I've only been out a couple of hours. I could probably have wandered more. I've come back and had a bit of a rest. I don't know what it is about travel days, but they take it out of me. Do they take it out of you too? But I decided I wasn't going to order dessert at that restaurant because I've got biscuits left. Influenced by my friend, I ended up at the Co-op yesterday buying ginger biscuits because she ate ginger biscuits. And I thought, I need ginger biscuits. And I ate half the packet on the plane. I'd have more of them now for my dessert today. But I did pop to the supermarket. The equivalent of a very small Tesco Express, I suppose, just on the main square. It has to be done. And I've bought myself a pear, mango and mint juice. It sounds like it's right up my street. So let's taste test this while I tell you about my dinner and my evening. I had a bit of a wander, not very long, but a bit of a wander through the main square. There was a busker singing opera in the square, and then there was a busker playing the recorder in a different square, and that was kind of nice. But then it was dark and I was very hungry because obviously I've not eaten apart from the ginger biscuits, so I was getting really quite hungry. And you know what? Hungry Zoe isn't a happy Zoe. So I decided to go and have a relatively early dinner. A local restaurant serving Latvian traditional dishes. I chose the potato pancakes. Came with a jam and a sour cream. They were delicious. And then I had cod in rhubarb sauce with steamed vegetables. And honestly, it was a fantastically wonderful mountain of steamed vegetables. Broccoli and cauliflower and carrot and courgette and Brussels sprouts and asparagus and green beans. Enjoyed that. And as I say, I decided not to have dessert there. This is what it looks like. Oh yeah, that's really refreshing. I am in my pyjamas and I'm getting ready to go to bed. I have just been chatting with friends, frittering time away, playing a game on the iPad. Even in that hour that I wandered around this evening, I thought, yes, what a strange, eclectic city this is. It's an absolute mix of modern and old and everything in between. It's a bit Soviet looking and a bit European looking and a bit Scandinavian looking and a bit medieval looking, and I like that about it. It's colourful, it's got cobbled streets, it's got a tram, it's got lots of churches, it's got lots of statues, and yeah, I'm going to do one of those voice map tours tomorrow. In fact, I'm going to download it before I go to bed so that it's set for me to do in the morning. morning. But it's been a really good day today. It's obviously been a travel day, so it's been a bit of a funny one. They always are, aren't they? The jitters have been real today. The anxiety has been kind of giving me a bit of a prod from the inside of my brain. Not the sort of anxiety with a capital A that you'd worry about, but the sort of anxiety and the jitters that kind of make sure you get on the right bus and make sure you're in time for your plane. That sort of anxiety, if you get my drift. I don't think there's anything else left for me to say this evening, but I hope you have enjoyed following along as I've travelled from London to Riga. So with all that being said, thank you very much for watching. Please like this video if you have. Subscribe to my channel if you're interested in following along what I get up to in this 3 countries in 1 week trip, and I will see you next time. Good night.